Alright, hey guys, Ferret here, back for the second episode of Love at First Sight. So we're going right into the second chapter, and let's jump right in while we're here. So we left off, obviously kind of the day after. He met the strange girl, and now I think we're going to see what's going to come of it. So, I'm going to get into reading form here. One more drink. I'm ready. So, the next day. I try to clear my head as I'm walking to school, but I can't stop thinking about that girl. Should I leave class during break to go look for her? It's going to be difficult to leave without an excuse, though. Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday and just say, have a bye. Bye. I'm totally nonchalant. But there's no guarantee she's going to be there in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle the situation gracefully. Leaving her like I was running away, definitely not the best impression to make. I'll have to think of some excuse for going. Why did I even go to investigate her crying in the first place? I'm not even sure I know myself. That girl, I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I think of what to call her, I have to actually find her first. It's a good call. I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and that'll probably be good enough. She'll probably think I'm some kind of freak, but that's fine. I don't think you're the freak in this situation, but let's continue. Maybe if I just talk to her, I'll lighten some of the tension between us. Hey, school. I look up to find a ride to school. Looks like I was on autopilot again. I get inside, change my shoes, and head up to the second floor where my classroom is. As I walk up the stairs, I see something strange moving out of the corner of my eye. Peeking around the corner of the connecting hallway is a head of a I messed that up. Peeking around the corner of the connecting hallway is a head of brown hair. It's the girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. I seem to be the only one who notices her head pop around the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something. Okay. Well, she kind of, never mind. But she really stands out, at least to me. Oh my gosh, look how beat up she is. I just noticed that. She's got like a awful cut on her face. She's moving her eye around frantically, and sure enough, she picks me out from within a few sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her. All I can think is, why is a first-year student on a second-year floor? Before she hurries up to me. Here. She hands me a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I had totally forgotten that I had lent this to her yesterday. I take the handkerchief, which is folded neatly into a perfect square. I think she even washed it. Yesterday, thank you. As soon as she says this in her tiny voice, she runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner. Wait! I can't stop myself from calling out, but the morning bell rings and drowning out my voice. Oh well, I need to get to the classroom. The lunch bell rings. Ooh, burp. I almost said desk in my book. I stash my book in my desk and bolt out of the classroom. I didn't even get to thank the girl for washing my handkerchief. I go to look for her and say what I wanted to earlier. I have a good excuse to talk now. I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down the first-year classrooms, I head upstairs. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up where I met her yesterday. Well, even if she's not, I can look somewhere else. I get to the third floor and keep going up, all the way to the stairs that lead to the roof. Hey. Oh no! Just like yesterday, she's sitting on the same step at the top of the stairs. I see her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice, and she looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly. She clearly wants to say something but can't find the words. She's in the same position I was yesterday, it seems. Thanks for washing my handkerchief. It's great. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. Yeah. There's a lot of confusion in her soft voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but at my face tells me she's not sure what to do. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. So this is where you eat lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? I say this as gently as possible as I notice a lunchbox she's got perched on her knees. That's a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, if you're going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your lunch as well. While we're talking, I take out my own lunch. Now that I think about it, I don't know if she has any other friends to eat lunch with. No. Her answer comes too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eye starts darting wildly around the corner in her effort to avoid making eye contact, and she begins to look even more nervous. Are we not going to ask her about her eye? I feel like we should do that. Thanks, I'll just sit down on these steps. Good job, mate. She didn't tell me to go away, at least. I take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me as she's trying to escape. I sat next to her, but it's not like I'm that close to her. I'm a little offended. While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look her over casually as I can manage. Up until now, I was fixated on her eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt, her uniform doesn't looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch a glimpse of the skin on her shoulder and stomach, and it looks far from normal. I notice that she has bruises or maybe birthmarks, I'm not sure which, all over her legs, her neck, and everywhere else I can see. Her skin is... The skin on her dainty limbs looks white as a ghost. She doesn't look healthy by any standard. Is that? Suddenly our eyes meet. I guess I was staring too obviously. We quickly break eye contact, but she keeps shooting me sidelong glances like she's worried I'll attack her or something. I'm clutching my chopsticks, but my lunch remains untouched. The long silence is getting uncomfortable. I try to strike up some conversation. Come to think of it, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm recording this a couple days later, and the names, I'm gonna just use different names for the whole series. So let's just work this out. It's Fukunaga, Mamoru. I'm gonna go with that. What's yours? It's Ushiu. Oh no. Oh, dang it! I don't know how to say it. Ushiu. I'm just gonna say that even though I know that's not it. Sachi, huh? It's nice to finally meet you. Nice to meet you. Silence. It looks like she's not too talkative though. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else come up here with you or anything? Yes, I always eat up here. No one ever comes with me though. Maybe that was too forward, but the fact that no one else comes up here isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she afraid of me touching her? I see. So what do you do during lunch break then? Read, finish homework, and a few other things. Oh really? What kind of books are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately. Sorry. Sachi cries out abruptly, her voice rising, like she's about to lose her mind. My lunch, I'm done, so, excuse me. Oh. No sooner does she say this than she scoops up her almost untouched lunchbox and runs down the stairs. I can't really chase after her with my lunch sitting open on my lap, so she leaves me behind. I've just been run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess trying to force conversation like that backfired. Sachi only replied to my questions with a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me like she was with worried eyes. Did I really make her that uneasy? Is it that hard for her to open up to me? This girl seems to lead a very troubled life, and I might not even be able to get close to her. No, just because I had one unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I shouldn't give up. Before, I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke to her once, but now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I have Ugh, I have to become friends with her now, no matter what. I can't give up, I have to keep trying. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now, I might as well just eat my food. While I think of a way to get to meet her, I finish off what's left of my lunch. But it's so quiet here now. The thought that no matter where in the school you were during lunchtime, you would be able to hear students' lively voices, but they barely reach into this lonely place. It's like another world. The voices of students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clinking against my lunchbox is like a hammer on stone. Even even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move, like the howling of the wind in comparison. How can she eat like this every day? As I close my empty lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her. Oh, that's nice, mate. It's good times. Friendship power! I keep forgetting I have to click through the black screens. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akimi just as they're finishing their lunches. So Akimi is the girl, right? Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone. Come to think of it, I never said anything to them as I left. Oh, my bad. I finished my lunch too. Where'd you run off to? Hey, have you guys seen a first-year girl with a really unusual appearance? What do you mean by that? A first-year girl, the one with the ocular issue? Yeah, that sounds like her. What? What are you talking about? Something I don't know about? Oh, it's probably something you'd want to hear. It's not really a happy story. Wow, rude. You shouldn't keep things from your friends. That's not what I meant, but anyway, why? Why do you want to know about her? No reason. I just heard her and got curious about it. Do you know her? Personally, no. I'm trying to like keep your voice here. I'm sorry. I've seen her around, but I've never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might all just be baseless rumor. That's fine. Just tell me what you know. Are you sure you really want to know? Tomo looks side to side like he wants to make sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us are alone in here. Yeah? Alright. He promptly turns away from me and stares at the floor. He looks as though he's staring into it in another dimension. Fine, but take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. A first-year student in class 2, female, name Ushi something. I only remember her family name, but she only has one eye. Wait, one eye? You mean she lost one eye in an accident? She didn't lose one, she only ever had one. Right in the center of her face. One big eye. What? You mean she was born that way? I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I've only ever seen her from afar, but I really don't think it's an injury. There's really a person like that in one of the first year two... I've never seen her, blah 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 blah. Well, we are in a different year from her, but regardless, I guess she's trying hard to stay hidden, both from other students and from herself. What do you mean she's trying to stay hidden from herself? I told you it wasn't a happy story. Tomo takes a quick glance at Akimi. He seems worried to have said too much about Sachi around her, though it's not like I forced him to tell me. Yesterday he avoided the subject of the school's celebrities. Was that because he didn't want to talk about Sachi? That's all I've heard. But she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not, but you have to admit that at the very least, she's unusual. She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty more who find her disturbing. From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe they're all accidental, considering how many she has. So in that case, could they be from someone beating her up? If someone at her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you, but there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school. Could that be it? Before I wasn't sure what caused all her injuries, but thinking back, What Tomo's saying makes sense. Doesn't anybody try to protect her? I told you, all I know is rumors, no details, but there's another student who's also a little famous, and I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl. It's not Ruchan, is it? This catches me off guard. Akemi, normally so loud, speaks in a hushed tone. Now that I think about it, she's been abnormally quiet the whole time. Tomo's been telling me about Sachi. I always figured Akemi would be the first to denounce bullying whenever she sees it, but do you know her? I wouldn't say we know her per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school. Doesn't that mean they know her? Akemi seems to be staring into space now, thinking. Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter. But the aligned assailant in this girl... that confused me. I've heard that she's from the well-off household and was pampered growing up. As a result, she's very self-centered. That's the impression I got when I first met her. But there's probably more to it than that. She's really popular among the other students as well. That also contributes to her behavior, at least I think so. I see. Thanks for telling me. I can find out the truth of this on my own later on, but I think I'm starting to understand more of the situation now. So, what do you think of this one-eyed girl? As Tomo said, the fact is that Sachi is very unusual, and I'm curious to know what he thinks about her. Depending on his response, I have to change my plans. I just told you what I think, so tell me. What were you doing during lunch, and why are you so concerned about this? I didn't plan on hiding it, but I guess I couldn't have anyway. Tomo seems to understand what I was getting at. Can't fool you. You made it too obvious, man. As I said before, I only have trivial information. You shouldn't judge a book by her cover, so to speak. I haven't concerned myself with her until now because I didn't have any reason to. That said, if you want to help her out, you've got my support. I see, well, thanks. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but still, I'm glad Tomo's so eager to help. I keep my face expressionless, but I breathe an internal sigh of relief. Wait, I gotta get my Akemi voice. Wait, did you actually meet this girl? Kun? Or M-kun? I just said, oh, that reference. Akemi quickly returns to her previous loud demeanor. Yeah, I did. No fair! I want to make friends with this girl too! Introduce me! Yep, Akemi's back to her old self. The way she was acting before was so unlike her, she seemed worried about... that name. I'm just gonna say Sado. Well, Sado and bullying her came up. But now it's like she wasn't even here for that part of the conversation. At least I don't have to worry about Akemi being nice to Sachi if they ever did meet. She's so damn friendly. I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm not even really friends with her. Come on, what are you trying to say? I mean, it's just, she's not used to talking with people, and I think talking to someone like you would really be overwhelming for her. What is that supposed to mean? You don't want me to meet her? That's definitely not fair. It's because your voice is capable of leveling buildings. Hey, come on! It's not nice, you're over-exaggerating. It's definitely an exaggeration. You are intimidating with that loud voice of yours. And that meeting is going to end with that girl running away in tears. That's right, I know these two are good people, so as much as I want to introduce them to Sachi, I don't think suddenly coming by with two more people is a good idea when she barely even knows me. Boo. What about Tomo then? I don't think that would work either. Don't you think she'd just be a little scared if two guys she doesn't really know walked up to her and started talking to her? She pouts at Tomo. He's right, I don't exactly have the friendliest face. It's safest if you just meet her on your own for a little while. It's true. He's really tall. He has always a somewhat strange look in his eyes. I probably scare her enough on my own. But if I brought Tomo along, she'd probably scream and run away. Sorry, you two. Fine, I get it. I'll give you a little while. But someday you have to introduce me. Well, sure, I promise. Good luck. If you need help, just ask me. Thanks. If it comes to that, I'm gladly take up your offer. Click. Creeps me out every time the eye moves a little bit. Oh, don't cry. It's okay, Sasha. No. Act 3. I have an eye for you. And again, guys, I think we'll call it there right at the end of that act. I have a feeling this isn't going to be a super long visual novel, but I think we'll call it right there. So anyway, guys, thanks a whole bunch for watching. If you stuck through with this, I'm super impressed because you're one of the few. So anyway, guys, I will continue with this. If you guys want to see it, please leave a like and a comment if you want to see more. I've been Fiddle Fair, and I will see you back on the prowl next time. Bye-bye.